which affects the very capability of the ADCs to fulfill their responsibilities.
Nisuing ba sa kanti ko at skurang chinalo na ramsakswa. Riang pasal ni Bakule dal of opposition Dr. Mukul Sangma ku GHADC Garuhil sa Autonomous District Council jengjeng ating kapa selrang ni kemen khobol ratham kaparang ngani rangko takangingon. Dr. Mukul Sangma ni khobol ratham kaparang na agana ni gatade GHADC yano dengthang mansa tribal rang na jaktang chi sason khana man kapabel 6 schedule dunga aru iyan mungsong kapong nga iyaku sason no dongeng kaparang datle ba serious ungira na gatananga man gaman 6 schedule ko gamat ken chmudi jakadelle jakal na man gapan yam reti aachia aru gandake jakhep kaman balrang ko gamat na nang ganok unigaman iya aisu rang ko belo dongeng kaparang datle aru sumsakira na nangan niagana ha.
See, it's a matter of a very serious concern. We must not forget the fact that provision of 6th schedule of the Constitution of India is very important for the very simple reason, that is the protection of our identity, our culture, our way of life, and to ensure that there is no chances of alienation of the land that belongs to our tribal people. In the context of Garo Hills, you know that we have our plant systems. The land belongs to our people. And the provision of the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India is the only weapon by which we can prevent alienation of land, alienation of power over resources, ownership over resources. All these things are crucial. And it is precisely because of this reason that at the time when the Constitution was being framed, there was a felt need that this special provision be ensured to be part of the Constitution of India as we appropriately found it in the provision of the Constitution of India today. So therefore, any action of the people in authority to address this type of serious concern in the sense that when we know that the ADCs are finding it difficult on their own to fulfill their responsibility inconsistent with the provision of the Constitution of India. To be more precise, inconsistent with the provision of the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India. Then, is it okay when the state government says that it is none of their business but it is only the business of ADCs? No, that is wrong. Therefore, shrugging off the responsibility to address this serious concern, which affects the very capability of the ADCs to fulfill their responsibilities, amount to diluting the provision of the 6th schedule of the Constitution. And when you allow dilution of the provision of the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India, and you allow with complete sense of insensitivity, then it amounts to indication of indication that okay, for those people who are demonstrating this insensitivity, for them the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India doesn't matter. They don't value it. And I condemn this attitude. Because this attitude itself is a demonstration of their insensitivity based on their anti-people mindset, based on their, which is a reflection of complete lack of priority in the right earnest, the priority which revolves around protecting the interests of our people. Now, way out is C. If you reconnect with the past, in 2015 and 16, which was the offshoot of a long-drawn engagement with Government of India, wherein at that point of time, we tried to prevail upon Government of India the binding responsibility as enshrined in the Constitution to be taken note of and extend the kind of support needed to the ADCs. You will recall that numerous attempts to convince government of India were persistently pursued by our government at that point of time. In the context of what is provided in the Constitution of India. Now you will see, if you look at relevant article which requires Constitution of the Union Finance Commission, there is a provision wherein the provision indicates that appropriate allocations of funds should be provided to Panchayati Raj system and to other local bodies. And in the context of the areas falling under 62, and in the context of any responsibility enshrined as per the provision of the Constitution of India towards providing fund for the welfare of the tribes, the STs, as reflected and appropriately enshrined in the Constitution, read Article 275 of the Constitution of India. There is a provision based on which we pursued with Government of India that there is a need to provide special fund, which is comparable to the kind of fund that we provide to the Panchayati Raj system. Now you will appreciate the fact that the Panchayati Raj system, for the purpose of fulfilling their mandate of the Constitution, they are provided with uninterrupted flow of resources and finances by Government of India. And based on that, since the state of Meghalaya, because we have 6 rural areas, which basically I will say the whole areas falling within the jurisdiction of the state of Meghalaya are 6 rural areas. Therefore, we already have the provision of the 6th rule of the Constitution of India. Therefore, the provision of the Panchayati Raj system was not applied in the context of Meghalaya. Therefore, this fund does not come to the state of Meghalaya. But there is an alternative instrument. And that alternative instrument is also mandated by the Constitution of India, read Article 275, where the relevant article says that in order to level up governance of the ADCs, because the relevant article says that the parliament shall allocate funds. How do you improve the level of administration if you cannot pay salary? Therefore, when you interpret this provision of the Constitution, it is abundantly clear that the parliament has the onus of responsibility